Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with Anno 1800, which is free to play this whole weekend. Here you will take charge of your own future as you navigate the rapidly evolving technological landscape and malicious political arena of the 19th century. In other words, here you'll have to build an empire that will reach from the stinky cities of Europe to the untouched jungles of South America. The game is rich with technological innovations and conspiracies, so it will provide you an opportunity to prove your skills as a ruler, or, to disappoint everyone more likely. You will create huge cities, plan efficient logistic networks, settle on an exotic new continent, send out expeditions around the globe and dominate your opponents by diplomacy, trade, warfare and your pure awesomeness. The bad thing about this game is that it is armed with DRM and requires a Ubisoft account. Sometimes I think that they do everything to repel you from buying their games. Those features do nothing, you can find the game in every pirate website anyway, so why even bother? Anyway, about 80% of reviews are positive, so if town builders are your spoon of potato salad, it may be an interesting choice for you. IGN Editor's Choice Humble Bundle. One of the best bundles in a while, where you will get 7 highly rated Steam games just for €15 or similar amount of dollars. Disco Elysium, Wilder Myth, Chivalry 2, Spiritfarer, Paradise Killer, Grime, and Forgotten City are all beyond awesome. Combined value is €191 when they are not on sale. But I took my time and checked what you would be paying for this bundle if all of the games were actually on sale on Steam today with their lowest prices. And I got €81, so that is still more than 5 times higher price than you would be paying for this bundle. You'll find my affiliate link to this awesome collection in the description below and also in the first pinned comment. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. In this third-person action-adventure game you will play as Star-Lord, and thanks to your bold yet questionable leadership you have persuaded an oddball crew of unlikely heroes to join you. Some jerk, surely not you, has set off a chain of catastrophic events, and only you can hold the unpredictable Guardians together long enough to fight off total interplanetary meltdown. For this you will have to use element blasters, tag-team beatdowns, jet-boot-powered dropkicks, even put pineapple into potato salad. Nothing is off limits. Well, I'm kidding. The last thing surely is. That is a jail time guaranteed, and if you think it's all going to plan, you will be in for a world of surprises, with the consequences of your actions guaranteed to keep the Guardians on their toes. The game is one of the most beloved Marvel Universe games, with positive reviews hovering way above 90%. Hardspace, Shipbreaker. There are so many games where you just fly the spaceships, but have you ever thought about where these ships go when you don't need them anymore? Well, me neither. That would be dumb. But someone couldn't shake the idea and made this game. So here, equipped with cutting-edge salvaging technology, you will carve and slice spaceships to recover valuable materials, upgrade your gear and take on more lucrative contracts, and pay your billion credits debt to a shady corporation. Human life means nothing to them, so you are just a tool with a capability of holding other tools. If your hammer could hold another hammer, nobody would need you at all. Just think about that, how fragile everything is. Anyway, the game is a proud owner of very positive reviews, and if you feel adventurous, this may be your spoon of potato salad. Although be careful, too much of zero gravity can convert you into another space object. A comet. A vomit comet. Warstride Challenges. Here will blast hordes of demons at lightning speed in bloody gunfights across a series of increasingly intense trials. Slow time to pull off impossible headshots, bunny hop to pick up speed, slide around corners and shred foes with destructive shockwaves of your awesomeness. Or die and retry to pull off the perfect run, then prove your worth on the global leaderboard to let the world know you are the greatest demon slayer. Or to be fair, probably never see your name on any of these lists. But anyway, this is the time of the era where we give awards for trying, not for actually winning. So go there and show the demons your impeccable skills of dying. Yeah. Battlefleet Gothic, Armada 2. If you like epic space battles, this may be your spoon of potato salad. Armada 2 is not a small game by any means. It includes 12 factions and 3 extensive campaigns that will take about 40 hours to finish. People on Steam are saying that the gameplay here is great and the tactical naval spaceship battles are really entertaining to plot, strategize and then wage on. But quite a few people are complaining about constant crashes. Some of them can't go past even the first intro cinematic, so it seems that buying this game might be a gamble. Remember, if you don't have 2 hours of gameplay, you can refund the game. Just don't leave it running on the menu for 5 hours. That counts as well. The Pale Beyond. You never wanted to lead this expedition, but here you are. Stuck on and in the ice, your captain is missing and you are stranded miles from civilization. Someone has to take charge, and that is you, unfortunately. Because, knowing you now, everyone is certainly doomed. You will have to manage your resources, balance safety and morale, make the hard calls and head in the only direction you can, through the pale beyond. Keeping your crew and your dogs safe, fed and warm during the expedition is mandatory. Surviving on the ice will matter little in the face of a mutiny. Every vote will count, so keep the crew, at least the majority of it, on your side. Or you will hang and someone else will take the lead, but that won't be your story anymore. This is a wonderful, story-rich game. I can recommend it for everyone who likes games like that without a doubt. Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator. This is a really unique and satisfying game. Here you will learn how to make various potions, from rat poison to love elixir, which you can later give to your mother-in-law so she would love you more than her actual daughter.
What a devious plan this is.
Also, here you can buy various ingredients from traveling merchants, or grow them by yourself in your medieval garden. Game has about 90% of positive reviews for a reason. People on Steam are saying that Potion Craft is a really relaxing, chill game without many restraints, like time that runs out. No, nothing like that here. Really simple yet thoughtful game. Crowns and Pawns, Kingdom of Deceit. Are you ready for some hot point-and-click action? Yeah, I know, you probably are not, but this game, apart from an interesting story, is a proud owner of the Best Game Made in Lithuania in Year of 2022 award. Yeah, we are a small nation, AAA titles are rare. Honestly, there are none probably, but this indie game is actually good. The story follows a girl from Chicago who unexpectedly receives an inheritance from her grandfather, a house in Lithuania. She sets off to Europe, but upon arrival she is threatened by an unknown man, demanding to give up her inheritance. So I don't know, maybe a member of the local mafia. But honestly, there aren't any real mafia in my country. When we joined the European Union some 20 years ago, all the bad guys left for London, leaving Lithuania a crazy safe country. Probably one of the safest in the entire Europe. Anyway, here it's up to you to crack the riddle of your inheritance and learn all the secrets. The Surge 2. On the way to Jericho City, your plane is shot down by a mysterious storm and crash lands in the outskirts. You wake up weeks later in a derelict detention facility inside the city. Armor-clad soldiers enforce martial law. Robots are on a rampage and a dark, expanding nanostorm looms over the cityscape. So long story short, everything here wants you dead. But you are not some lame puny peasant, you have your mechanical sword and can beat enemies with it and take their parts and make yourself better in the process. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This is an awesome game. Well, 3 remastered games in one, remade with shiny new graphics and details. Although I must admit that the graphics of the first part are still morally old. So the more you play, the more beautiful the game gets. So don't expect miracles, these are all the games with not so fancy overhaul as Crysis franchise. First Mass Effect was released in 2007, so really long time ago. Anyway, if you like science fiction space operas, Mass Effect is one of the best there is. It has a great plot, many twisted turns of events, mysteries on every corner, giant robots, giant spaceships and giant space stations. Everything is giant here. It's also full of great characters as well, and it has about 90% of positive reviews on Steam. By buying Legendary Edition, you will get all 3 remastered Mass Effect games with all the DLCs and other stuff included and remade in one huge game. Hellpoint. This is a dark action RPG set in a heavily atmospheric sci-fi universe where the line between science and occultism is blurred. Once a pinnacle of human achievement, the Irid Novo space station has fallen. Its ruins are now overrun by cruel, interdimensional entities acting as puppets of the malevolent cosmic gods. That sounds very Lovecraftian, and cosmic horror is one of my favorite things, along with boobs and potato salad. People are talking that this game is a hybrid between Dark Souls and Dead Space. But I played it and it's literally just another Dark Souls game. Yeah, it's in space, but whatever. Actually, if you want, you can play one chapter for free. You can find Hellpoint: The Thespian Feast on Steam. The game itself has around 80% of positive reviews, so it's an okay game. Nothing fancy about it, but you can enjoy it for a few hours if you are a fan of Souls-like mechanics. Also, a controller is a must. Void Crew. It's still in early access, but already has more than 90% of positive reviews on Steam, and lets you explore the universe along with your buddies or, your mother-in-law. Nobody loves you more, and you know it. Here you will pilot the ship, man the turrets, perform emergency repairs, recharge the power cells, utilize space station weaponry, fabricate munitions, and exit the ship on extravehicular missions, be it patching the ship's hull or scavenging derelict wrecks. People on Steam are saying that this game will break your friendships, but it's worth it. You will find new friends. World is full of friends, not yours though. Graveyard Keeper. Here you can make candles from human fat, burn witches, and even sell mystery meat to the local tavern. Well, you and I, we both know that this is human flesh from corpses, but nobody else has to know, right? That is not a question, by the way. You wouldn't want to visit a local tavern as a special guest. I like you. Anyway, Graveyard Keeper is the most accurate medieval cemetery management sim of all time, because obviously there are no other medieval cemetery management games. You'll build and manage your own graveyard and expand into other ventures while finding shortcuts to cut the costs. Use all the resources you can find. After all, this game is about the spirit of capitalism and doing whatever it takes to build a thriving business. If you have guts, try this game. If not, you can always harvest some from a fresh dead body. BioShock, the collection. This great deal is not appearing in the search bar. You can only find it when you actually click on any BioShock game and then scroll down a little. This is a well-known shooter franchise loaded with weapons and interesting tactics. You'll have a complete arsenal at your disposal, from simple revolvers to grenade launchers and chemical throwers. This awesome pack contains all 3 BioShock games and 5 DLCs just for €12 or similar amount of USD. Basically, all 3 games with DLCs combined are now cheaper than any one game separately. First and second BioShock games were set underwater, but in the third one you go high in the sky to the city among the clouds named Columbia. The year is 1912 and you have to rescue a mysterious girl or die trying. One man on Steam said very wise words about BioShock. Listen to that.
Before I played BioShock games, I had a small penis, no girlfriend, and no will to live. None of these things have changed, but the games are pretty good.
And I have to agree, yeah, BioShock franchise is awesome. Figment. This is a really weird game, some hybrid between Diablo and Samorost. Developers call it a musical action adventure which is set in the recesses of the human mind. They describe it as a strange and surreal world, a place filled with our deepest thoughts, urges and memories, populated by many voices we hear in our heads. Yeah, except I don't hear any voices in my head, and I think it's good. If you do, please visit a doctor, just in case. Well, of course, it depends on what those voices are telling you. For example,
you must make potato salad.
Well, that is okay, let them be. Borderlands 3. You'll blast through weird worlds and enemies as one of 4 world hunters, the ultimate treasure-seeking badasses of the Borderlands, each with deep skill trees, abilities and customization. So in this looter-shooter RPG you will play solo or join the battle with friends to take on an epic enemies, score loads of loot and save your home from the most ruthless cult leaders in the galaxy. With bazillions of guns and gadgets, every fight is an opportunity to score new gear, and that gear is more than crazy. Firearms with self-propelling bullet shields? Check. Rifles that spawn fire-spewing volcanoes? Obviously. Guns that grow legs and chase down enemies while cursing? Yeah, got that too. On Steam, Borderlands 3 is an owner of very positive reviews, so it's a no-brainer if you like shoot and loot. Just grab the game and be happy. Make your enemies unhappy by making them die. The Forest Quartet. This is a puzzle adventure about a gone but not forgotten lead singer. You will play as a spirit and travel around the inner worlds unique to the members of your band for a final concert. Face their emotions, solve puzzles and fight the corruption plaguing their souls. To be honest, this is a very odd concept. Why all of the band members, including you, are dead? Some terrorist attack? Car crash? Drugs? Pineapple in their potato salad? We will never know. Well, that is not true. I just never played the game. Maybe it will explain everything for you in the first 2 minutes. Anyway, more than 90% of reviews are positive, so if you like puzzles and calm, relaxing games in general, it seems like a great pick for you. Cyberpunk 2077. everyone knows the game, but just a few of us know the real state of it. Is it finally a good game? And the answer is yes. It's not perfect, you know, we didn't get the actual Mass Effect Skyrim GTA 5 hybrid with the best traits of every game, but now Cyberpunk 2077 is in a great state. The simplest proof of that is a recent review score. Rated by thousands of people, it is hovering around 90%. So basically 9 out of 10 people who bought the game these days are really happy with what they get. The game itself, if you somehow don't know that, is an open-world RPG first-person shooter. Honestly, it is a bit dumb combination. You know, how your experience in battle can influence the strength of your bullets. The more you play, the more powerful your weapons get. You know, they are the same weapons, so it makes no sense that your experience in battle makes a bullet explode within a wider radius or something. But hey, it's a game, not a real world, so I probably should shut up about that. So Cyberpunk 2077 itself is like futuristic GTA 5 combined with any AAA kind of shooter and littered with RPG elements. The campaign is great, you can buy it without any regrets just for the campaign alone. The annoying thing, at least for me, was that you can't fly here. That takes a lot of fun away from a GTA-like game. Figment 2, Creed Valley. If you buy just the second part with a discount, it will cost you a tiny bit more than both parts combined. So this bundle is a great deal, although it's not easily noticeable. Anyway, that's why you are subscribed to this channel, right?
This is not a rhetorical question. You have 3 seconds to subscribe to Mr. Coldbeer.
Whoa, don't be rude. You have 10 seconds. Anyway, Figment 2 is an action-adventure game set in the human mind. Nightmares are spreading chaos and have overrun once peaceful lands. So you will have to make your way through puzzles, musical boss fights and unique environments. Game has an excellent soundtrack and musical segments. It is filled with a nice mixture of combat and puzzles, and you can also play it in co-op mode, though the people are complaining that dialogue and cutscenes are mostly unskippable.
Oh, the horror.
And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!